Greetings everyone, this is Danny from HarrTravel.com, your crystal expedition experts, and today I'm on board the incredible Crystal Endeavour. This brand new ship is unlike anything else in the industry, an unprecedented passenger space ratio, which means you're going to have more space to move around, more viewing spots, and of course, all of the things that you need for an expedition. You've got helicopters, Zodiacs, kayaks, paddleboards, Michelin quality food, to 24-hour butler service and complimentary in-room dining. This ship has it all, whether you're going to Antarctica, to the Arctic, or any of the regions in between. Now, Crystal has paid unbelievable attention to the little details. It's what they're known for after all, and what you're gonna see on this ship tour, and even more so when you come on board to sail, is that there really is nothing like this in the industry. It's a one of a kind so that you can check items off your bucket list and explore them not only in comfort, but in style and the ultimate luxury. Now, we're going to tour every single public space here on board, but keep in mind when you are ready to book your Crystal cruise, make sure you reach out to Harr Travel. You can contact one of our advisors. They'll be with you every single step of the way to help craft the cruise vacation of a lifetime for you, your friends, family, or group, and get the Harr Travel signature service every step of the way. Now, if you want to see the suites, we also have all of those on our channel as well. Now let's tour this incredible vessel. So we're starting up here on deck 10. This is the sun deck. You see all the loungers out here, but what this really is an incredible viewing platform. So it wraps all the way around the ship. In fact, you can see the blue jogging track that goes around there. And what I like is because this ship is built for every single cruising zone of the planet, Antarctica, the Arctic, and literally everything in between, you need multi-use spaces. So you can imagine this is an incredible place to see Antarctica, the whales, the wildlife, but if you're in a tropical area, you can pull out the sun chairs here and you can see them as well. Now, just behind me is what I like to call a car wash shower. So you press the button and it's going to have a rainforest type fall of water coming down. You can go through, and then you also have the bench seating all around so you can cool off if you're in warmer weather. Now, all throughout the ship, you're going to find unique techniques to try to get natural light into the heart of the ship. That's something that's really tough and you don't see very often. Right here is an example of this. This is a glass floor, and I'm looking directly down to the palm court. Now, we'll be in the palm court in just a couple minutes, but I wanted to point that out, and you'll see a few more of those features as we continue. Now, I'm going to head around here because what you're going to see is this ship has unbelievable amount of passenger public space, especially for the size of the ship. At 20,000 gross tons with 200 passengers and more than 200 crew members, you're going to have a passenger to crew ratio and a space ratio that's really unlike anything else. Now, with a luxury expedition ship, what you want is space. Space comes at a premium, and I love the idea that you're going to get that here on board the Crystal Endeavour. So this is one of those spots. This is on deck 10 looking forward. You have the same incredible view as the captain. Now, if you want to take one of those top two suites on the ship, I mentioned we have those on the channel. Those are just below the bridge, so you get this view on steroids. So right below us, there's another viewing deck, but I wanted to take you up here just to show that wherever you are in the world, there's going to be a space, whether you want to go out on your private balcony or if you want to come up to the top of the deck, where you're going to be able to get that space. Once again, on any ship, space is everything. Now, you'll see here they have these throughout the ship as well. It's essentially a windbreak, but they've got gaps in between. So it's going to let that breeze flow through, especially when you're in the tropics, but it's also going to block the bigger gusts of wind. Another thing that you'll see is all throughout, you're going to have speakers. So you've got a couple speakers right here. They're all on the outside deck of the ship, so that the captain, the naturalist, whoever it is that's on board can go ahead and explain what you're seeing. Now, they have an incredible expedition team here on board. We're going to take you down to the expedition lounge in just a few minutes, but this truly is an expedition ship. Previously, just a couple years ago, there were no true luxury expedition ships in the market. What you would get is an older ship that had been outfitted, maybe they made it polar rated later on, but this ship was built and designed specifically for Antarctica and for the Arctic. Now, we're going to continue back. I just wanted to point out this lounge. You've got a nice shaded lounge here, and there's also heaters. You're going to find heaters all throughout the ship. Of course, if you're in the Arctic or Antarctica, you can sit here, have a nice social experience. They'll bring you drinks, however it is that you'd like. You also have a large TV, so they can put navigation up there, as well as the narration from the expedition experts. Now, as we continue to head back, you can see I'm on the jogging track. I do love that they have a dedicated jogging track here on board. You don't have to dodge all the different setups that you'll find on a lot of ships. So you've got chairs and loungers. So if you want to go for exercise, you can do it here on the top deck, or of course they have the full fitness center as well. Now I wanted to point out some of the Zodiacs. This is how you're going to explore the world. Just in front of me, you're gonna have the Mark 6, and then you got the Mark 5 Zodiacs as well. So they're different sizes for different purposes. But one thing that's really important to understand about this ship and what sets it apart from the rest is that it has a maximum occupancy of 200 passengers. That's a magic number in Antarctica because you can never have more than 100 passengers on the ground in Antarctica. So when you look at other expedition ships that have 3, 4, 5, or even 600 passengers on board, what they have to do is stagger those landings. With this ship, essentially, you can have 100 people out on the Zodiacs exploring, and you can have another 100 people that are doing landings. And it's not gonna be just a static landing. If you wanna go hiking, you can go hiking. If you wanna, they're gonna find all the different wildlife out there for you. They don't do wildlife guarantees, but you're pretty much guaranteed to see a ton of it. In fact, if you want to see a little bit more about the expedition here on board and the staff and what they do, you can check out our interview with the expedition leader. It's going to be a little bit more insightful and go further into depth. Now, as I continue to head back of the sun deck, you've got another area here that I really like. You've got a couple of these cabana sun loungers. You're also gonna have a few more loungers, and then the chairs here. You'll see that they have a continuation of the windbreaks once again to back it up. And then I wanted to take you over to the side here because this is one of the other incredibly unique features on board. You've got the helicopter landing pad right down below me. It's all lit up, so you can have that at night and during the day. They have 2 helicopters here on board, so you can imagine going to Antarctica, heading up on a helicopter, exploring it from that way. You can get in the submarine. You heard that right. They do have a submarine on board that passengers can utilize. And then of course, you can get in the kayaks, you can get in the Zodiacs. And I love the idea that they can take the Zodiacs and tow the kayaks so they can take you to the perfect spot. You can get in and enjoy the incredible places that this vessel visits. Now, Crystal has dedicated an enormous amount of time, money, and energy into the technology on board this ship. This is the highest tech expedition ship out there. When we take you down to the bridge, we'll show you even more. But I wanted to point out that gyro camera at the very top there. It is the highest quality that you can get, and what that allows them to do is basically zoom in for miles. When they're in the Arctic trying to spot polar bears so that they can point those out to passengers, they can get that with that incredible camera. They can also utilize it to check out wildlife, also for safety features as well. But something that I think is really, really cool is they can stream directly from that camera down to the Cove. So if you're down there having a coffee, you can actually see what's going on, and they can also put that into the rooms as well on the television. So wherever it is that you're cruising, if they find something really cool that they want to point out to you, you can see it live, and then of course come out to the deck or out to your private veranda and experience the same as well. Deck 9 forward, you'll find the Expedition Lounge. Now, all of the different expedition leaders have specialties. They're gonna teach you about where you're visiting, whether it's the geography, the animals, the plants, all of those aspects come together. And this is that spot where you can come to learn. They're gonna be up here throughout the day, and they're happy to have you come ask questions. In fact, they absolutely love it when you ask questions. That's what they're here for, and they love what they do. You've got 2 large screen TVs, one on either side. You've got a couple computers here as well, in addition to a large reference library. So they can pull out the different books, pull it up on the screen, and show you exactly what it is that you're gonna see, so that when you see it, it's even that more impactful because you understand the context of it. Now you've got the conference table over on the far side right here. You've got a couple chairs and tables as well, some on the side. And really the idea is to sit, lounge, relax, and learn. Now there's also another really cool feature in this room as well. Now I've mentioned some of the really cool toys that they have here on board, the helicopters, the submarine. They also have an ROV, a remotely operated vehicle, and this is actually the pilot station up here in the Expedition Lounge. So they can take it out and they can take it underwater, and one of the great things is they can also stream that to the TVs in the staterooms and throughout the ship so that you can see not only what's above water, maybe you're taking a helicopter, what's on the water with the Zodiacs, you can also see what's underneath with the submarine and the ROV. Now, Crystal is the most inclusive when it comes to what you're going to get out of your expedition. One of the reasons you choose this ship is beyond the luxury and the space. It's the idea that you can basically pay one price and get everything that you're looking for. On the port side, you're going to find the library. Now, I love that Crystal has invested in a library. With so many other cruise lines, it's going away. There's over 1,400 books here on board that you can utilize throughout your stay. They're also going to have games. They have a great Scrabble set up over there and all kinds of different board games so you can have that social experience. Now up here, you can come grab a book. There's really comfortable couches, chairs. They've got this really cool simulated fireplace here to the left. And then as we continue through the space, it's also a great place to start your day. So if you get up early, you're looking for a coffee or anytime, this is the pantry. So it's connected on the other side. So you've got the library and the pantry all together. They've got a fridge down there with sodas and water you can choose from. You also have the espresso maker here as well, along with the blue Pura water. I love that they have those all around because you can just refill whenever it is that you like. Once again, on that quest to get rid of as much of the single-use plastics as they can. Now, in addition to that, they're also going to have a couple computers that you can utilize. They have a printer, so if you need to print a boarding pass, and hey, look, they even have one of my favorite shows on. Pretty cool. At the top front of the ship, you're going to find the Palm Court. Now, this is a legacy space. You'll also find the same thing on board the Crystal Symphony and the Crystal Serenity. It's a multi-use space. It's a large lounge. Right here in the middle, you have a dance floor. You've got a piano over to the side, so it's also a great place to have music before or after dinner. For example, the captain last night was giving his introduction right here, and it was a packed house. It was wonderful having everybody in here. And of course, you've got the full bar over to the side. But what I love about this particular space is you have a massive skylight up above me. You've got floor-to-ceiling windows and views out to the front. So it's the perfect place if you're doing scenic cruising. It's also a great place to sneak away during the day. My wife loves to sew. This room has incredible light for that. So you can see the furniture set up. You've got different types of lounge seating. So you've got tables for 2 or 4. You've got booths over on the side as well. And then it continues to wrap all the way around the bar. You also have bar stools so you can sit at the bar itself. Now they also have large screen TVs in here. So wherever it is that you're cruising, if they're doing a lecture, if they're explaining what's going on outside, you can take advantage of that right here in the Palm Court. So they'll utilize it all throughout the day. You can see it's a beautiful space and it's got a ton of functionality. Just in front of the Palm Court, you're going to find another large open deck space. So you've got wraparound windows. It goes all the way around the sides. You can see out front and on the sides as well. And just for point of reference, we're sitting right on top of the bridge here. There are so many different spaces so you can get different angles and views wherever it is in the world that you are. If you're in the Arctic looking at polar bears, you're in Antarctica looking at all the different whales and wildlife, this is one of those spots that you can come out. Now, what I like about that is you can pop on out here, head right back into the Palm Court, maybe get a nice hot chocolate or a refreshing cocktail. But this space is just another example of how much open air space that you have here on board for all the passengers to utilize. So now we're in the radio studio, and this is yet again another example of the technology investment of Crystal. This is a full production studio. They're going to do a video at the end where they're going to combine all the different pictures, drone shots to show you your Crystal memories. But it's also used for different kinds of interviews, basically any type of production. And Taylor was letting me know how high tech this is. You've got the Blackmagic right here. You've got Genelex as well, a couple cameras, and then all the monitors. Now this is a really big investment for a ship of this size. Forward on deck 8, you're going to find the Captain's Lounge. Now, if you are interested in what's going on in the ship, the technical aspects of it, they've got a phenomenal peekaboo bridge, so you actually see what's going on the bridge. And in this space itself, they have screens all along the front. Those are the same screens that the captain is looking at as they're steering the vessel. It's also a multi-use space. You see they have a conference center kind of tucked just behind here where you can learn a little bit more about the ship itself and dig deeper into what that's all about. But another just great little space where you can learn more about the ship and see what's going on the bridge. Now at the aft of the ship, you're going to find a couple spaces dedicated to the helicopter operations here on board. They'll have 2 helicopters here that they can utilize wherever you are in the world. So right here, of course, is the enormous helicopter landing pad. You saw it a second ago from up top. Now you can see it here with a little bit of context. Now just in front of me are the massive hangar doors. They're going to fold up all the way. They roll the helicopter right on out here and then you take off. Now in addition to that, they're also going to have the flight lounge. Now the flight lounge is where you're going to go and have your pre-departure briefing. They'll talk all about the safety measures measures and everything that you need to know before you get in the helicopter. And another really cool feature is there's a window in the flight lounge that looks into the hangar itself. So if you're interested in taking part of this experience, it's one of those things that's unique to Crystal. They do a phenomenal job with all the different aspects of the expedition, but I love the idea that you can see the areas that you're going from multiple angles and get the most incredible context. At the very front of the ship on deck 6, you're going to find an open deck area. This is another one of those phenomenal spots for viewing when you're in all of the beautiful spots that this ship goes to. So you're going to have loungers wrapped all the way around on each side. You're also going to have some seating in the middle, and there's a shower because you're going to have a hot tub. I can imagine being in this hot tub, cruising through the Arctic, seeing polar bears in Antarctica with the whales all around. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. So you've got that hot tub there with all the jets in it. You've got the stairs that lead right up here. And then we're going to head right around the corner here to the very front of the ship. So follow me up. We're now in the very, very front of the ship. This has an incredibly high bow. That's one of the features of this particular ship. It's one of the reasons it handles so incredibly well. But from here, you can get the most incredible views. I also wanted to point out you've got 2 suites directly in front of me. Those are the owner suites and the expedition suites. Of course, we have those filmed as well. So they're also going to get this incredible view that only the captain gets in addition to this particular spot. As we look off in the distance, I've got something really, really cool to show you. I'm not sure if you can see it yet, but the Crystal Serenity is directly in front of us. And this is actually the first time that the 2 sisters are going to meet. We've got the Zodiacs cruising alongside of us, and they're actually going to do some drone footage as well to document this historic event. As we head forward on deck 5, you're going to find the reception and the bistro. So the reception desks are just here to my left. They're going to be able to answer just about any questions that you have and handle anything to do with money here on board. Now, what I love is they've combined this entire space. So you've got a really nice sitting area here with a couple couches, chairs, and tables. And then as we continue along, you're going to find a little bit more. What you'll see is there's a definite transition into the bistro area. So you're going to have bistro tables on either side here. You also have some booth seating and more tables along the side there as well. Now on the starboard side of the ship, you're going to find the bistro coffee shop. So you've got the coffee shop right here. They can make all your favorite espressos, Americanos, lattes, whatever it is that you'd like. And of course, being Crystal, all of that is included. Now another one of my favorite features that you can get right here is, well, you know it, it's the ice cream and gelatos. You're gonna have a variety of flavors to choose from. They've got waffle cones and all of your favorite toppings as well. So if you just want to stop by for a really quick snack, some ice cream, or of course a coffee, this is that spot for you. Now on the port side of the bistro, you're going to find the dining option here. So it's a fast casual option where you can come down and grab a bite, head out, or dine right here in the bistro. So for breakfast, they're going to have a continental breakfast set up. And then for lunch, you're going to see what you have here. You've got meats and cheeses, a nice variety of cheeses as well, all kinds of fresh cut fruits, and once again, my favorite, the desserts. They've got some bread options as well as some noodles and soup. It looks like today you've got chicken consomme. So once again, this is that place where you can come and maybe you just want that casual bite to eat anytime during the day or a snack, hop on by, grab a seat, and enjoy. So if you're looking for a little high-end retail therapy, you can get that here on board. There's 2 shops. You have Apropos and Facets. Over here, you're going to find different clothing items. They also have some backpacks and other expedition gear. You're going to find watches, sunglasses, pretty much all of those types of things that you may want to purchase here on board. In addition, if you're looking for some high-end jewelry, they have those options over here as well. And being that it's Crystal, you can expect the absolute best of the best. So we're here at the reception area of the Crystal Life Spa. This is where you're going to check in. Of course, your butler can assist you with reservations, or you can come right here and ask them any of those questions that you may have. They do have a full service spa here if you want a facial, a massage. They have a wide variety of treatments. You can also take advantage of the duty-free prices on the different retail products that they have here as well. Now inside the spa, you're gonna have a gentleman's and ladies' changing room. In there, you'll find a complimentary sauna and steam room that you can utilize. They have lockers in there as well for you to change. And then just beyond, you're gonna find the Serenity relaxation area. So you can head back there to relax, and it actually joins in with the Solarium, so you can utilize all those different services and go back and forth. Just across from the reception, you're gonna find the full service salon. So you've got stations for pedicures and manicures, and you also have the full hair setup over here as well. They have a partnership with Caristus in Paris, so if you want to have a revolutionary hairdo done here, or of course you just want to get ready to go out for the evening, they can do both of those things right here. Now we're just inside the gents changing room. So you've got lockers here, so if you're getting ready for a spa treatment, you can come in, get ready to prepare for that. You've got the seat here, and then you've got the sink with those ultra luxury bath amenities. You're gonna have the towels over to the side and the water closet tucked in the corner. Just around the corner here, you're gonna have your shower, and then you're also gonna have complimentary access to the steam room and to the sauna. Now, something that I really appreciate about the sauna is you've got a window outside, so if you're cruising in a scenic area, you can sit there and also get those incredible views. Set just in front of the Solarium, you're gonna find the Serenity Relaxation Lounge. This is where you can grab a book and you can seriously relax. These chairs are special. They're heated, so all you have to do is adjust the heat that you'd like right now. I'm cranking it all the way up. And then as soon as you get in, you can start to recline back. You've got a reading lamp right here. You got a beautiful view out the side, a view back to the Solarium, and you can see all the way through to the aft as well. But you can sit here, kick back, maybe watch a show, read a book, and just enjoy true relaxation. In fact, I'm gonna see you guys in a little bit. Good night. So now we're just inside one of the treatment rooms here. You can see you've got the table right here in the middle. In fact, this is the table that they use for the quartz massage treatment. It's a unique one that they have here on board. But of course, you can get all of your favorite options, whether it's a facial, one of those Medi-Spa treatments, or if you'd like a massage. My personal favorite is the aromatherapy stone massage or the bamboo, but you can get Swedish massage, deep tissue. Really, it's up to you. They have a full service spa here on board to help you enjoy and relax, maybe after you're doing a little bit of hiking and climbing in Antarctica, or if you're out in the tropics and you just want a relaxing vacation. Just across from the spa, you're gonna find the Crystal Life Fitness Center. Just behind me, you have the aerobic equipment, you've got treadmills, elliptical. You're also gonna have another elliptical over there and a couple different bike options. As we step up the stairs here, you're gonna find the aerobics studio in addition to some more of those different circuit equipment. So you've got a couple circuit machines right here. You've got your barbells and free weights just there, kettlebells, you've got the foam rollers and yoga mats that you can utilize, and then also the balance balls to use as you'd like. Now they will do classes in here. They are an extra cost. You can also do personal fitness training if you would prefer that. And you can also just come down and utilize the equipment as you'd like. As we continue along, they're gonna have TRX equipment over on the side. And then they also have a nice large screen TV in here, in addition to 2 scales. Now I'm gonna stay away from those. At the aft of the ship on deck 5, you're gonna find the Solarium. There's also more seating up above on deck 6. Now, right in the middle of the Solarium is a pool. So it's a large pool, it is heated. And what's nice about this space is that it's climate controlled. So if you're in Antarctica or the Arctic, it's gonna be heated. And if you're one of those tropical destinations, it will be air conditioned. But you have natural light all the way around. Up above, it actually opens up so they can get fresh air in here as well. Now on both sides and all the way around, you're gonna find tables and chairs because this space also doubles as the marketplace. The marketplace is the grab-and-go casual eatery. It's the buffet on their other ships, and it works that way here as well for breakfast and lunch each and every single day. So you can order from the buffet, you can also order at your table, and they'll deliver, they'll cook as you like. Now over here, you're gonna have one of the buffet setups. You've got the other over here with the kitchen just behind, and then tucked just around the corner are the stairs that head up to the 2nd floor of the Solarium. You can see up there, they also have tables and chairs all the way around, and you can access that through the deck 6 corridor as well. Now this space, to me, is even more beautiful at night when everything lights up and you get those absolutely gorgeous effects from all the different lights. The pool is still open. Of course, once again, it's heated, and then tucked just in the corner is one of the hot tubs here on board. Now just behind the Solarium, you're gonna have an open deck. Let's head out there. Set in the aft of the ship and a lower deck, this is a perfect place for viewing the scenic parts of our world. And what I like is that because it's climate controlled inside, if you're in the Arctic or Antarctica, you can go inside, you can come out to take pictures, and then head back in as you need. Now it does wrap all the way around, so you can kind of wander around, and as you're going through some of those most beautiful parts of the world, you can move around to basically take photos, viewing, and then they also are going to have the speakers out here for narration. Just forward of the Cove, you'll find the Resorts World at Sea Casino. Now this is the only casino currently on an expedition vessel. Genting, based out of Hong Kong, owns both Crystal and Resort World, and so it makes perfect sense that they've put them together here on board. It's actually a really good sized casino for a ship of this size. All along the wall here, you're gonna have different slot machines. They've got traditional ones, digital, and then also all the different ones where you can select what you'd like. And then all down the middle, you're gonna find the tables. You've got craps, roulette, blackjack, baccarat, and then of course they can mix and match depending on where they are and who's cruising. Now another very interesting fact here is that they also have a high roller room. It's just through that door there. They've got 2 tables there. So if you're looking for some high limit gaming, you can do that here on board. So now we're headed into the Cove. This is a combination of a show lounge, also a phenomenal lecture space, and a great lounge before or after dinner. So you can see they have a piano up here. They'll put together a full band, and all behind it, these are massive LED screens. So depending on where it is that you are in the world, you're gonna be able to get some of those images from the gyro camera up top or from the other cameras around the ship. And then of course, if they're providing a presentation of the expedition, they can do that right here as well. So you're gonna have a briefing each and every day here, wherever it is that you are in the world. So in here, you're gonna have all kinds of different furniture. You can see you've got the dance floor right here with bistro tables just in front. And then as you continue back, you have couches and chairs and tables as well. So you can see it's a perfect social space. As you continue along, you're also gonna have seating all along both sides. So you've got more of those comfy couches over there, different amounts of chairs depending on how many people you're sitting with, and that continues around to the back. You're gonna have a sound booth in the back to control all of this high-tech equipment here. You've got the lights, the cameras, and then continuing on to the far side, you're gonna find the full bar. So you'll be able to utilize this throughout the day, and then later on in the evening, it's gonna transform into more of a, not really a nightclub, but kind of an entertainment zone that's gonna have different types of entertainment throughout. So once again, a combination of a lecture space, an entertainment space, and just a really great place to hang out. Set just between Prego Restaurant and the Cove, you're gonna find the Connoisseur Club. This is a cigar lounge. So they have cigars and fine cognacs and whiskeys in here. Of course, you can order from a full menu as you'd like. It is for an additional charge. You see they've got a humidor here with quite a few different options. And then you're gonna have some whiskey options on either side as long with the cognac. In fact, they've got some Louis XIII if you really wanna upgrade your experience. As I continue in here, it's set very much like you would find at like a home library. So you've got really comfortable couch and chairs. You've got the large screen TV directly across. And then down here, you're gonna have another one of those faux fireplaces. So you get just outside the Connoisseur Club, you're gonna have the promenade. So you've got tables and chairs, perfect place to sit before dinner, or if you just want to relax. Now, just in front of Waterside is Prego Restaurant. So this is the Italian specialty restaurant here on board. It's set up a couple different ways depending on the scenario. So the vintage room is just inside there. You have the beautiful table set up for the wine paired meal. They're gonna pair each and every single course with some of the finest wines in the world to create an amazing culinary experience. Now, other days, this is all set up as Prego, including there and here. So you may wanna make sure and take advantage of the days where they're gonna have this set up in the specialty restaurant as well. Now, I love Prego on board the other ships. It's just as delicious here. You definitely wanna give it a shot while you're on board. So now we're inside Umiuma, which is the Japanese restaurant here on board. It's a relatively small specialty restaurant, but it's one of my favorites at sea. You're gonna have a wide variety of Japanese delicacies. The sea bass actually is probably the most popular item here, and it's absolutely delicious. But for me, it's all about the sushi. And as we continue on through the space, what you're gonna see is that you have the dining area here, and then you're also gonna have a top quality sushi bar with some of the best sushi chefs in the entire world. So you can be seated right around here, watch them craft your incredible meal that they're gonna make. And then you'll notice behind me here, they also have a large variety of Japanese beers and of course sake. You can't have a great Japanese meal without some delicious sake. So you see here, they have all the fresh fish they're getting ready to prepare, but this is the full galley for Umiuma. Everything is prepared out here in the open so you can see what's going on. You can smell the delicious flavors. You're gonna love your time here at Umiuma. If you love sushi, you love Japanese cuisine, you absolutely can't go wrong. Now we're inside Waterside Restaurant. This is the main dining room here on board. And something that they've taken special attention to is there's 200 seats in here, and there's a maximum occupancy of 200 passengers on board. So everybody truly has their own seat. And in addition to having the specialty restaurants, the casual dining, and of course dining in your room, it never feels crowded. You can come anytime you like for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and enjoy. Now the menu is going to change each and every day. No matter how long of a cruise that you're on, they go to extra lengths to make sure that they can mix and match to your taste. Now, as we walk through the space, you can see there's different setups. You've got larger tables, they can put it together for a large group. You've got tables for 2, 4, 6, and then they also have booth seating and tables. Just let them know when you come on in, and they'll take care of that for you. Now, of course, with Crystal, they use the finest ingredients, and that also includes the wine. So you're gonna have a sommelier that'll be in here with you. They're gonna be able to help you pick out. There's a massive wine collection. There are a ton that are complimentary, and then of course, they have some upgrades if you'd like to take it to the next level. Now keep in mind the vintage room is that special wine paired, but in this dining room as well, they can always pair that together for you. Now this is gonna be a la carte dining. So they're gonna basically cook a la minute for you. So you're gonna have fine ingredients. It's always gonna come out steaming hot and fresh and absolutely delicious. Now the space itself, of course, it has windows on both sides. You can always request that if you'd like, and if they can accommodate it, they always will. And I wanted to point out one really cool feature as well. Now we mentioned that this ship has a submarine. There's actually a peekaboo window here down to the garage. You can see the submersible just below there right now, and we'll head down and show you that in just a minute. Down on deck 3 is where you'll find both of the mudrooms. So directly across is one, and now we're in the larger of the two. What this is about is preparing you to go out on an expedition. What you'll see is there's lockers, so everybody's gonna have their own locker. Inside of there, you're gonna have your life vest, so they'll have this there for you. That's what you're gonna wear when you utilize the Zodiacs. So I'll put that back here. And then you're also gonna find your neoprene muck boots. So if you're doing a wet landing, usually that's just 2 or 3 inches of water, you'll utilize those, you'll put them on. And what's interesting is it's actually on a heater. So when you come back on board, you'll stick it right on there, and that's gonna dry it off for you. So this is the area where you're kind of getting ready to head off the ship. They've got the hooks here and seats where you can sit and get ready. You can see it's quite a large space. Once again, there's a locker for every single passenger here on board, and they'll also have those shoes ready for you. They're gonna provide you with an expedition parka, but of course you wanna pack and prepare for your journey. If you wanna check out our interview with the expedition leader here, you can get a little bit more information on what that's all about. Now we're gonna head down. So when you're utilizing the Zodiacs to do one of those landings, this is the stairway you need to be able to walk up and down. In fact, you see some snorkel gear right here. They just did some snorkeling in the tropics. We're here in Bimini in the Bahamas today. And so they took the Zodiacs out and did some remote snorkeling. So when you're planning for your expedition, I get a lot of people that ask me about level of fitness that you need. You should be able to walk up and down a flight of stairs like I just did right there, because you're gonna head on down here, this massive door will open up, and this is where you're gonna load and unload. They'll be here to assist you and help you every single step of the way, but there is a minimum level of fitness that's required to do this. Now they're gonna have an identical boarding area on the other side as well. It's a smaller mudroom, and in that area, you're also gonna have the most important feature, according to Taylor, the espresso machine. You can imagine getting right back in from Antarctica, having a nice espresso, and then heading up into the ship. It's also where you're gonna find the guest laundry that you can utilize while you're here on board. So now we're in the submarine garage, and I don't know what you have in your garage at home, but I certainly don't have one of these, and I love that the Crystal Endeavour does. When you're exploring the world, what better way to do it than to head underwater? Once again, that's going to complement the helicopter so you can go above. They also have the ROV, the remotely operated vehicle. That's just up above me as well. So the idea behind it is to have a true experience, to experience every single part of the destination that you're visiting. Now this particular sub holds 2 passengers. They have another sub that's going to be joining the ship here in just a couple months that'll hold 6, maybe 7 passengers depending on the configuration. It is an extra cost, but it's such a luxury to have the option to do that. If you can imagine being in Antarctica, heading underwater, hiking up one of the trails that they're going to take you on with the expedition guides, and putting it all together, it really truly is the ultimate experience anywhere in the world. So cool. Now I've just started my training for Antarctica, just a few weeks away. I'm in the submersible right now, and I cannot wait to get underwater. This is such a cool feature. If you've never done it before, I highly recommend that you give it a try. And Crystal is one of those few opportunities in the entire world where you can do it, especially in those remote areas. What you see in front of me is a giant glass bubble. So this is the glass right here. Looks like it's pretty thick. I hope it's pretty thick anyway. There you go. And then the pilot's going to sit right here. Once again, they're going to have a larger submarine here in just a couple months, but you can utilize this as you like throughout your time on board. Once again, it is an extra cost, but you will not regret it. We all live in a red submarine, a red submarine, a red submarine. We all live in a red submarine, and I'm gonna explore the world. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today touring this incredible ship. You can see all of the different features, the submarine, the helicopters, the kayaks, the Zodiacs. On top of it, that incredible space ratio and the most luxurious cabins at sea. This ship is perfect for cruising all around the world. Whether you're gonna do an expedition to Antarctica and step foot on the White Continent, head up to the Arctic, or all of the different places in the world, Asia, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Africa that this visits. You're gonna love your time here on board the Crystal Endeavour. Now, when you're ready to book your next Crystal cruise, make sure you reach out to Harr Travel. We are your Crystal Cruises experts. We know the spaces inside and out, and we have an amazing relationship with Crystal Cruise Lines, and we know that we can help craft the cruise vacation of a lifetime for you, your friends, family, or group at an incredible value, and get that Harr Travel signature service with your personal travel advisor every step of the way. Hey look, it's the Serenity.